Imagine writing something important on paper and suddenly making a mistake. Today, we simply grab an eraser and remove it within seconds. But have you ever wondered how people erased mistakes before the modern eraser existed? The history of the eraser is actually more fascinating than most people think. Long before rubber erasers were invented, people used different methods to erase pencil marks. In ancient times and during the early years of writing, mistakes were often scratched away using knives, stones, or pieces of rough bread. Yes, bread was once used as an erasing tool. Artists and writers would roll soft bread into small balls and rub it on paper to remove graphite marks. It sounds strange today, but at that time it worked surprisingly well. The story changed dramatically in the 18th century. Around the 1770s, a scientist named Joseph Priestley discovered that a material called rubber could remove pencil marks much more effectively than bread. He noticed that natural rubber had the ability to rub graphite off paper cleanly. This discovery became one of the most important moments in the history of stationery. At that time, rubber came from the sap of tropical trees found mainly in South America. The material was soft, flexible, and useful, but it also had serious problems. Early rubber erasers melted in heat, became hard in cold weather, and produced a terrible smell after some time. Despite these problems, people loved the new invention because it erased pencil marks much better than bread or rough materials. Soon, inventors and businessmen started selling small cubes of rubber as erasers. One famous engineer named Edward Nairn is often credited with accidentally popularizing rubber erasers. According to historical stories, he mistakenly picked up a piece of rubber instead of bread while erasing pencil marks and realized it worked much better. After that, he began selling rubber erasers commercially. As pencils became more common around the world, the demand for erasers increased rapidly. Schools, offices, artists, and writers all needed a quick and clean way to correct mistakes. The eraser slowly became an essential tool in everyday life. A major breakthrough came in the 19th century with the invention of vulcanized rubber. Charles Goodyear discovered a process called vulcanization, where rubber was heated with sulfur to make it stronger, more stable, and more durable. This changed everything. Erasers no longer melted easily or became useless in different weather conditions. They became cheaper, stronger, and more reliable for daily use. Soon, another important invention appeared, the pencil with an attached eraser. In 1858, Hyman Lipman received a patent for attaching an eraser to the end of a pencil. This simple idea became incredibly popular because it combined writing and correcting into one convenient tool. Today, millions of pencils around the world still use this design. Over time, erasers evolved into different shapes, colors, and materials. Pink rubber erasers became common in schools. Kneaded erasers became popular among artists because they could be shaped by hand. Vinyl erasers offered cleaner erasing with less paper damage. Some modern erasers are even designed specifically for ink, charcoal, or technical drawing. Interestingly, erasers are not perfect. Every time an eraser removes pencil marks, it actually creates friction that lifts graphite particles from the paper. Tiny pieces of the eraser break away during the process, which is why eraser dust appears on the desk. Those little crumbs are evidence of the eraser sacrificing itself to remove mistakes. Today, digital technology allows us to erase mistakes instantly on screens, but the physical eraser still remains one of the most recognizable tools in the world. From classrooms to art studios, it continues to help people fix errors and improve their work. The humble eraser may seem small and ordinary, but its history reflects human creativity, problem-solving, and the constant desire to correct mistakes. From pieces of bread to advanced synthetic rubber, the evolution of the eraser reminds us that even the simplest everyday objects can have an incredible story behind them.